Hello guys, we're back again for another episode of Monthly Braces Updates wherein I talk about the progress of my teeth and I share insights that I've learned for the past month. And hopefully through this video, you're gonna get something out of the experiences I had wearing braces, whether you're in your journey as well or you're just curious about the process of orthodontics. This is going to be just a quick update because I'm just gonna share 4 points for this month's adjustments. And as you know, for those who have watched my updates last month, I already shared with you guys that my orthodontist decided to come up with a new treatment plan for my braces, and that is just removing the root canal tooth. So, the four things that I'm going to share for this month's update is the root canal teeth, the wires at the bottom of my jaw. Third is the tads, and lastly are the gaps in between my teeth. Because she knew that even if we replace it with another crown, it will eventually be broken and then just fall off. So she decided that we don't place a crown yet. But eventually, last month, after having the 3D x ray, she decided that we just have to remove the tooth. And in my case, I would say I'd rather have these root canal tooth removed because in my own opinion, I don't know if it's the same with you guys, for those who have undergone root canal, it is difficult to have a root canal tooth, especially if it's the molar, because we know that the molar at the back, they are responsible for the grinding of our food, and our molars, they're hard compared to other materials in orthodontics that can replace them. But eventually, for me, at some point, the crown will, even though how they would say hard or strong that material, whether it's from zirconia or something, eventually it will fall off at some point. So I'd rather to have it removed and just move or replace it with a neighboring tooth that I have, which is the wisdom tooth. And in that way, I don't have to think about the crown get damaged or fall off. So I'd rather have it removed. And for the scheduling of the removal of my root canal tooth, that would be next month. So right now, since it doesn't have any crown, I just have to wait for these tooth to be removed on the next adjustments. If you're curious about the new treatment plan that my orthodontist decided for me, you can watch this video that is the previous updates that I had last month. And so moving on, we have the wires at the bottom jaw. And last month, the wires was replaced with the single wire instead of the arch wire, because the arch wire that I had before, it was used to close the gaps. And then again, because of the new orthodontic plan that my orthodontist decided for me to have, we have it removed. And so for these month's adjustments, I have a new wire. This is a one step up in terms of the thickness of the wire that I have. But still, it's not the type of wire wherein the gaps will have to be closed, because we have to postpone for now the closing of the gaps that I have here at the bottom. Now, one of the issues that I have with this wire, since it's not that thick yet, there is a tendency that here at the very back, at the last bracket on my last molar, is that the wire has the tendency to snap. As you know, the wire is being hooked right in between those brackets. And at the back, whenever I eat, there's a tendency, since the food is, going, since we eat and we grind our food, the wire is too thin and it has the tendency to bend. And eventually it can get out and snap out of the bracket at the back, which results to a poking wire. And so it hits my cheeks sometimes, but eventually I can get along with this because I have the tool that the dentist use. I can bend the wire and just put it place back into the brackets. But yeah, it's one of the challenging times of having these thin wire because yeah, it has the tendency to snap and then become a poking wire. Same as the other side. Now moving on to the next point are the TADs, or the temporary anchorage devices, that I have here at the upper jaw. So I do have two TADs, one here at the upper right and the other on the upper left. And for the new orthodontic plan, my orthodontist decided to move the tats here at the bottom jaw, but the schedule of moving them is not yet certain because next month it will be more focused on the root canal tooth. While the tads, as I can remember, she said that we will only move the tads once the wires are thick enough. Right now, it's still quite thin and bendable. But once it becomes thicker, then that will be the time that she will have to transfer the tads here at the bottom. As I can remember, she will have to move the tads first here at the right and then back here at the lower jaw. And finally, for the last point that I'm gonna share are the gaps of my teeth. So the gaps that I have right now, they're not closing because then again, we use a different wire. It's not the arch wire that we had before. And I don't know how long the treatment will be again since the closing of these gaps are postponed. So as you can see, you'll know that there is still a bit of a gap here at the lower right and a gap here at the lower left. They're not balanced. I don't know why, but this side here has a smaller gap compared to the other side. Now on my upper jaw, I still do have them. And here at the upper right, it has the largest gap compared to all of the three in the upper and the lower. So you'll see that there's a gap there. And then there's also a gap here. Mm, and yep, I don't know when will be the time that we're gonna close it, but I'm sure that we do need to move the teeth backwards first. And that is the reason why we opt to the second treatment plan. Because we will have to move the molars downwards so that the teeth that I have here will move backwards. Because that is the reason why it takes so much time. Because as you know, the average time to have orthodontic treatment would be 2 to 3 years, and now I'm on my third year and still we're struggling with closing the gaps. Again, each patient's case are different, so yours might be more straightforward than maybe even just 18 months you're done with your treatment, while there are those people like me who has a bit of a complicated case, and that is the reason why it's not moving fast enough. All right, guys, so those were the updates of my braces for this month, and I'm thinking what would be the things that I've learned for the past month with my braces. And I would say is it's better that you don't have a root canal tooth. So it's better that you take care of your teeth, especially your molars. Actually, all of your teeth are important. But I would say that once you have a root canal tooth, it has like a domino effect wherein you have to remove the crown maybe after 5 to 10 years, depending in your case. But for me, I don't know if you've heard about some issues about root canal tooth wherein it's kind of controversial because they say that once you have that root canal thing, it will be a source of other illnesses. I'm not going to touch that issue right now, but that is one of the reasons why it's kind of controversial because it talks about a very important idea of getting serious illnesses out of that process, the root canal tooth. So for me, if it's possible, please take care of your teeth and so that you avoid the process of having this root canal because I don't think it's worth it. And at the same time, just to either to debunk that myth or not, if it's a myth or not, I'd rather avoid that thing of having this root canal tooth. Yeah, I think that's one of the things that I've learned. Just take care of your teeth, and of course, patience. Going through this journey. For those who are watching this, what's your case with your orthodontic treatment? I also wanted to know if you also have some issues the same as mine, Or if not, then it'd be awesome to know what you've been going through with your journey as well. Alright, guys, thank you so much for watching. Comment down below if you have some insights or if you have any comments about my orthodontic journey, or if you have something to share about your braces journey as well, then I'd love to hear from you. And also, if you want to know more about braces tips, especially if you're new here in this channel or if you're new watching this video, then you can watch my other videos about braces tips. And also, if you want to know and backtrack on the previous monthly updates that I have in my braces, you can also watch these videos. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.